Disney is trying to charge you more money in the parks, but this time you can stop it. Hey everybody, my name is Steve. I'm with Ride the Teacups. We never do breaking news on this channel. We always want things to be basically, as long as they apply and not be breaking, but this is different because you have the chance to save yourself some cash. They've been changing some things with the boarding group at Rise of the Resistance, and what I want to do is explain to you what exactly is changing and then give you my guess, my conjecture on what it is that's actually changing and what you can do in order to save yourself money based on those changes. So I'm going to start with factual, absolute factual information, and then I'm going to very clearly state where I'm going into things that I'm guessing about and explain some of my data points about where I get that conclusion from. And at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how to save money based on what Disney is actually doing. So stick around till the end. You don't want to miss this. Before we get started, please subscribe. It really helps us. My channel is tiny. We really want it to grow, and we want you to be part of it. We bring Disney to you and help save you money. Join the party. Now let's talk about that virtual queue. The changes are coming from Rise of the Resistance and the way that you get on the boarding group. So right now at 7 o'clock in the morning, you can go onto the Disney app and try to get yourself on the virtual queue. If you miss, you have another chance at 2 o'clock to try to get in the virtual queue again. Now, the people who get a boarding group inside that virtual queue get to ride, and the people who don't are generally out of luck. They'll go through as many boarding groups as they possibly can through the end of the day. Now, what has been happening over the past several weeks, just at Hollywood Studios, not at Disneyland, just at Hollywood Studios, they've actually been running through all of their boarding groups that they've been giving out. People have actually been standing in the standby line at the end of the day, which means potentially people can go more than once per day. That's very new. That's just started happening in the parks over the last couple weeks. So here's what's changed. Disney just announced, you can see this on Disney's official website, changes to the virtual queue program. What is going to happen, and I'm reading it here, it says, beginning September 23rd, 2021, use of the virtual queue will be paused at Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Guests may experience the attraction using a traditional standby queue. Availability of a standby queue may be limited and is subject to change at any time without notice. Virtual queue may be used again at a later date or from time to time. Experiencing the attraction is not guaranteed. So starting on September 23rd, the virtual queue is going away at Hollywood Studios, just at Hollywood Studios. Virtual queue's going away. You will be able to stand in line for this ride. In fact, you'll have to. Now, coincidentally, there are a couple other things that are happening in the very, very near future, namely Genie Plus. We haven't talked about Genie Plus yet on Ride the Teacups because I want to see it in use. There's still several data points that we don't have, and so giving you all this information would kind of be preemptive because I can't give you information until I know all of the details. I don't want to do that to you. But Genie Plus is coming, and part of what that change is going to mean is the introduction of what they're calling lightning lanes. Now, these lightning lanes are FastPass. They're your old FastPass lines. They do the exact same thing. However, in order to get into the lightning lanes, specifically for Rise of the Resistance, you have to pay per person, per ride in order to get on Rise of the Resistance. We have no idea what the cost is going to be. We know that there are some paid FastPass lines in Disneyland Paris. They range from, I think, $8 up to $18 per person, per ride. If you're in a family of 4, you are going to pay an extra $80 in order to ride Rise of the Resistance in the FastPass lane each time you want to do it. Now, the paid lightning lane is coming to Disney. The paid lightning lane will apply to Rise of the Resistance. We do not know the date that is actually going to start. We do not know the actual cost per person, per ride of what that's going to be. Those are details that we don't know. But we do know, absolutely, it is coming and it is going to cost money. Another thing that we factually know is that Rise of the Resistance exists in Disney World and in Disneyland off in California. This change only applies to Disney World. It only applies to Hollywood Studios. It does not apply to Disneyland. So guys, those are the facts that I know as I have them. Here is where I start guessing and making some conclusions. I'm a software engineer. I work with data every single day. And one of the most important things that we do is called A/B testing. We actually put out different sections of our product out to different customers, and we can compare the results and see how different things handle. Just make little changes here, little changes there, see which one is received better, see which ones ends up working better, and then you can roll out the best option to the most people over time. I suspect this is exactly what's happening. Disney is A/B testing their lines for Rise of the Resistance between Disney World and Disneyland. And here are the differences. Disneyland is going to have the paid lightning lane plus a virtual queue for 7 o'clock in the morning. Disney World is going to have a paid lightning lane, and you have to stand in line all day. Those are going to be the two differences that are absolutely going to happen on this date as it starts. And I believe, again, this is me guessing. I don't want to put any misinformation out there. This is my guess, my conclusion. I suspect Disney is going to take data points from both different sections and find out if you are willing to pay more to ride Rise of the Resistance if they take away the virtual queue. That's what I see. That's what I think is happening. I want to know what you think. Now, guys, here is the good news. The reason why you clicked and stuck around, my conclusion, how you can save money. If my conclusion is correct, and if you believe me, the solution to this is do not pay for the lightning lane in Disney World in Hollywood Studios, because if Disney finds out they can squeeze more money out of you if you take away the virtual queue option, they're going to do that, and it's going to cost all of us more in both parks over time every single time we go. I highly suggest you do not pay for the lightning lanes only for this one ride and only for this one reason. If they are A/B testing whether they can take more money out of your pocket, don't let them. Don't pay for that lightning lane. As a matter of full disclosure, I have a boarding group simulator on ridetheteacups.com. You can open it up on your phone. It's free. You can practice getting your boarding group right there on your app. And I put ads on it. That makes it a possibility that I am biased. I will tell you, I have made a total of approximately $0 from that app. If the virtual queue goes away, then my boarding group simulator is fairly useless. But in reality, that takes away $0 of my income because not enough people are visiting it to generate any income. But I do want to be very transparent. That is something that we offer. That'll be relatively useless if the boarding groups go away on a permanent basis, or at least partially useless if it goes away on a temporary basis. But guys, one more time, look at the wording that they've used on this. Virtual queue may be used again at a later date or from time to time. They're giving themselves an out to bring the virtual queue back, which makes me strongly suggest this is a test. I think it's an A/B test. I think you can save some money by not paying for that lightning lane. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you think I'm way off base, that's totally fine. Let me know what your theories are. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Only time will tell. But we want to help you plan your Disney vacation and save money. And that is why I came to make this video. I think we can accomplish that here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, hit that subscribe button for me real quick. You can always unsubscribe. Subscribing is free, but it really helps us grow our tiny, tiny channel, and we'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. We will see you guys next time we ride the teacups.